Shabbat Shalom. So first, I really need to thank my chatan, Chaim Goldberg, for pushing me and encouraging me to put out these videos again and share Torah thoughts. So thank you for that and for always encouraging me to do good things and to be my best. So this week's Parsha is Parsha Bo, and we see in this week's Parsha that Hashem gives the Jewish people their very first mitzvah, their very first commandment as a nation. And if we were to think of what commandment God would give them of the 613 as their very first one, I would probably think maybe it'd be believe in one God, or love your neighbor as yourself, maybe even keep Shabbat. One of the big fundamental ones. That's what I would think. But we see it's something completely different. And the very first commandment that God gives them as a nation is the mitzvah of Rosh Chodesh, which is the mitzvah of dedicating the new moon every month and establishing a calendar and all the Jewish holidays accordingly. And this seems really weird. I mean, that seems super technical to have the very first commandment be to establish a calendar. Why would that be? So Sforno gives a very famous and beautiful answer that until this point, the Jewish people have been enslaved in Egypt for a couple hundred years. And while they were slaves, they had no control over their lives, over what they did with their time. They were completely subjected to what the Egyptians had them do. And this is the first moment that God is finally taking them out of Egypt as free people. So the first thing he does is he charges them with the gift of being in control of their own time. And that's what Rosh Chodesh is all about, is that the Jewish people can take time as their own and they can establish it and establish the whole Jewish calendar according to their witnesses and according to the moon. And the fact that the Jewish people can now have control of their own time and can use their time to serve God and to be independent and to think freely and to live according to their own values, that's huge. And this, Sforno points out, it shows the switch in the identity of the Jewish people. They are no longer slaves, they are free people. And that's the importance of Rosh Chodesh being the first mitzvah for the Jewish people. And we can think about this mitzvah in our own days. You know, we all feel like we have all the time in the world to do whatever we want. And the truth is, life is at our fingertips. We have iPhones, we have iPads, we have everything all together in one device. Check your email on the go, Facebook, text message, Instagram, everything so fast, instant, and I love it. You take pictures, you send it, done. Snapchat, newsfeed, everything. And we save so much time by doing everything on the go. But then what do we do with that time? And that's what we really need to think about. Often we end up killing time, wasting time, getting sucked into Facebook and spending hours without realizing what we're doing with our time. And we often just lose sight of this value of what time is and what we can do with time and the meaning of time. So I hope that, as we read the Parsha this Shabbat, that we can think about, again, what am I doing with my time? What are my values? How am I using my time for the good? How am I using my time to serve God, to serve a higher purpose? And that we should really take control of our time and to use it well. And I bless us all that as we enter Shabbat, which is an island in time, that we can connect to God, we can reconnect to ourselves, to our family, to our community, and really go into the week ahead, thinking about our time, using it well, and have a beautiful week. Shabbat Shalom.